Hey, what's good, y'all? It's your boy Arrow, and this is Shooting Straight with Arrow.
With Arrow.
Yes, sir. So we got Babykel.
Babykel.
Okay, what's your real name?
Kelvin.
We gonna stick with Babykel. We gonna stick with Babykel. Tell a little bit about yourself, brother.
Yeah, so
You want to drink? No, oh,
nah,
you health nut.
the light, low calorie. No, but I'm a comedian. I'm a social media comedian, and that's so weird saying just social media comedian. Ultimately, I wanted to just do comedy, and I thought the fastest way and the best way to kind of get into that field was going to be through social media. And I started doing videos about 2021. I started going viral. I started about 2020. And yeah, from there, the videos were just taking off, learning like skit comedy. But I still always had like this little side love for stand-up, which I still do.
Okay. So I respect that you just said content creating comedian, because as a person who I consider myself a full-fledged comedian, I hate, and I'm sure you can attest to this, when there's certain content creators that do, they could somehow be funny in a video, but then be bone dry in person, and they're like, "Oh, you're not a comedian."
No, and I think that's why I say social media comedian, because I've proven that I can make people laugh through a video. I know I can make people laugh in person because obviously I've made people laugh, my friends and everything. But I feel like comedian also goes into stand-up comedian, right? Like if you only do stand-up, then you're a stand-up comedian, all right? You're not gonna say like, you're a social media comedian too, because it doesn't translate the same. I know a lot of people that do social media comedy that telling stories, they might not be, the best. I think it's, I respect comedy in general. I respect stand-up as a separate art, and it's good. And I respect social media skit comedy as another separate art. So like now that I want to even go into doing stand-up, not, and this happens a lot. A lot of social media comedians, they build a big following, and then they just think that, oh, you know what, let me go put on a show. I could do stand-up, and then it's not the same. Like,
Flop.
yeah, it's a different art. So I'm respecting it, which is why I'm like, okay, you know what, I have to start from the bottom. Writing material, going to open mics, testing material, and putting in the hours, putting in the work. Because just because I could do social media comedy, maybe it gives me a little bit, like it gives me, maybe I'm not starting from full zero in stand-up, but I still have to put in the same amount of hours to get to where I want to be. So yeah, absolutely, man. Right now, social media comedian, and then eventually I can say stand-up comedian, and then eventually it's like, yo, just
Just
general
a comedian.
comedian.
That's why I like. You all right, Ella. So
For a second, I thought we were gonna still do the skit. Like, you all right? You know what?
so you've dated Spanish,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You've dated.
Latina. Spanish is like from Spain, and it's different.
You've dated Spanish. Uh, so what, what races have you dated?
I've dated Latinas, and I've dated, I think she was like Vietnamese or like Korean,
Little
one of
noodle
those.
action.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm talking like not like the American ones. Like now I'm talking like straight.
Oh,
out
she
of,
was
like yeah,
straight off the plane.
straight off the plane.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
what's up.
yeah, and then I also dated a white girl. Yeah,
Congratulations.
those have been like the three.
So sisters just not in the books for you?
What?
Sisters just not in the books?
No, I mean, I dated a Dominican girl. I dated a Dominican girl.
Listen,
That doesn't count?
I don't know, because from what I've been told from my sources back in the Spaniard streets, is that Dominicans are the most toxic. So if you say that, is that similar? Are you saying that black women are just as toxic?
No, I will tell you this. I will tell you this.
Okay.
So when I came from Puerto Rico, and we're having this conversation earlier, but when I came from Puerto Rico, I come from a place where everybody's Puerto Rican. So everybody's different colors. Like, right, my best friend was black. I even had another best friend that was Chinese, but when he spoke Spanish like a Puerto Rican.
Really?
So he's Puerto Rican, like, my grandmother is blue eyes, blonde hair. She looks. You'll never believe that she speaks Spanish. And then I have an aunt who's like India, which is like super tan. So over there, it's like everybody's Puerto Rican, so we don't really go based off of color. But when I got over here,
Culture shock.
it was definitely a culture shock because you got white people and you got like the rednecks and stuff. But because I wasn't raised with like, oh, those are white people, oh, those are black people, those are Latinos. I was the guy that got along with just everybody. Like I was hanging out with like the real big rednecks, and I was hanging out with the Mexicans and the black kids in school. Like I remember, like I was kind of just everywhere. And so when I came from Puerto Rico, I had like this big butt. Had a big butt. And I remember because the black girls in school would be like, "Oh boy, you got that," and they would just I would walk down the hallway and they would just like start grabbing my butt, and then I never forget this because, so I was wearing basketball shorts, and then this girl was like, "Oh boy, I see you." She's like, you bold boy." And I was like, I didn't understand what she meant, and that's when I realized like, oh shoot, I gotta start wearing double basketball shorts.
So the culo was grande.
Yeah, my butt. I feel like everything I ate was just going to my butt, so they would just always be grabbing me. But yeah,
Hey.
I feel like they could. I feel like black girls could like just take me. They were very dominant with me, at least the ones that were in my school. But no, but for the most part, I just
So you slept with one. Come on now, talk to me. Let's talk. You know?
No.
Damn, brother.
Nah.
You never.
But the thing is, like, I've always been in like I've been in like long relationships. Like I dated a girl for like 3 years, and then I
Romeo.
dated. Yeah.
Santos.
Yeah, I would fall in love, and I would date a girl for a while, and then another girl for a while, and then the few times gaps that I was single, that's when like I dated like the Asian chick, and then I dated a white girl for like 8 months or something like that.
Okay. Dang. So you're in a relationship now?
Yeah,
How long?
a year.
A year.
A year.
And she's of course a Latina.
Yeah, she's Puerto Rican like me.
Okay, and like, what's her red flags?
Her red flags, I think the biggest red flag is that she's my ex.
Let's
Back it up.
run that back. What do you mean?
No, that's what I did. I ran it back.
You backtracked?
No, so this is what happened. I dated her for 3 years. We broke. She blocked me for 3 years. Never heard a single word from her after she kicked me out.
Kicked you out?
Kicked me out.
What did you do?
I think it wasn't anything that like, there wasn't like a situation that happened that was like, oh, I did this, and it was boom. I think it was just like, just over time, we just kind of grew apart, and then she was just like, you know what? I don't want to be with you. I don't want you here. And she's like, I want you to pack your bags when you come home. So I packed my bags, left, and then I tried reaching out to her, but then my phone call didn't go through. She blocked me.
Devastated.
And then I tried reaching out to her just a couple times throughout those 3 years, just because like I feel like I needed closure. It's like we were in a full-fledged relationship, and then you just blocked me. Boom, you died 3 years. And then 3 years later, and then I think 4 years later, because now we've been dating a year now. But yeah, we kind of got back. Yeah, we got not
And
kind of.
how did that look? Getting back to it.
I think it was so weird at first because it's not like we ever touched base while we were separated. But it was like getting to know each other again. I think 3 years, so much change in her life, so much change in my life, that it was almost like she still had the same core personality where like she got the loudest laugh in the room. She's very like, bien quirky todo, pero we were just like on different, we were young. Maybe we were like 19, 20 or 20, and we're trying to do the whole living house at that time when you're still trying to figure out yourself and stuff. But now it's like, so many years have passed that I feel like it's just coming into it with a different eye. I think it's what it is.
You know what? There's a phenomenon about this. It's called the Jenny complex.
Jenny complex, okay.
Have you ever watched Forrest Gump?
Yes.
So,
Okay.
yeah. So,
I'm trying to see where you're going with this.
When Forrest was ready, Jenny obviously wasn't ready. And this happens a lot in today's society. that the guys are not ready, but women aren't ready. So they'll go and have a Jenny vacation, like all the stuff that Jenny did in Forrest Gump.
Yeah.
And then after the world has like, sort of damned them, now they're back. They're like, hey, I'm ready. Forrest, I'm ready. No, I'm not going to, because she probably going to give the demon look at me. But
Just don't look over there.
yeah, like, it's the Jenny complex, I was married. I was married. I was locked down.
Wait, for how long?
5 years.
Damn.
5 years. I ain't mad.
You look happy.
I ain't mad at all. Nah. But the only thing is that when you get in a relationship for 5 years, it's sort of like jumping into a time capsule and not getting out of that time capsule until that relationship ends. So when you get into that time capsule, the dating world is going to be one way, but when you get out of that time capsule, then you're jumping into a whole different dating world.
That's true.
And
That is very
the dating world now, girls rule. Like, guys, we used to have power. That shit is gone.
What do you mean? Like how? Like give me an example.
Okay. Like nowadays, it used to be guys did most of the choosing. Girls do most of the choosing now. Like there's a reason why girls are rapping now and guys are singing. Be honest. There's more guys singing now. The Rod Waves, the 2 Season, the all that like stuff like that, versus
More girls.
the Sexy Reds, the City Girls, the Cardi B's, the Glorrillas. I could go on and on. Like there's a lot there. They have become the leaders in that sense. But the only thing that I would say we still have is the fact that we control who we marry.
That's a good point. They can't propose to themselves.
Nah, they can't. To be honest, I wish. Shit, I would love for a girl to propose to me. That would be glorious. And to be honest,
I think it takes so much pressure off of one.
Yeah, man, girls don't understand how better life would be if they just did the asking. Tell you, not
Instead of us having to do the mind reading.
exactly, exactly. Oh my goodness. Let me just take.
Take a sip. Take a sip for all of us.
Yeah, brother, it's stressful. It's stressful. Because nowadays it's a situation where I could be knee deep in a woman, right? Just giving her all my loving.
Okay.
And then something is coming up where I'm like, hey, there's this event. I would like for you to come with me and be, as my girl.
Plus one.
Yo, girl. I ain't your girl. I'm like, hold on now. You were just calling me King Mufasa a couple hours ago. Now I'm not. You not my girl. Like, it's coming to a point where, like, people would rather spread their legs than spread their heart.
Oh, 100%.
And it's
backwards. It's definitely backwards.
It's weird, bro.
So wait, so you were married for 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
So now you're back into the dating world, and so you're seeing this as a culture shock. Like,
Bro.
I came from Puerto Rico. This is your
bro.
Have you done like the dating apps?
Man, listen. Twitter hit me up. They're like, hey, brother, we see you having a hard time.
Twitter?
Tinder.
Tinder.
We see you having a hard time. Let's give you unlimited swipes for a month. And I said,
we don't give you the free trial.
Bet Tinder, let's see. And it ain't do much. It did not do much. And Hinge, oh, forget about it.
It's unhinged.
Hinge only got girls that look like me, just big and black. Like it's not. I'm trying to figure out what should I do. Maybe Christian Mingle.
Christian Mingle.
is it for me. Maybe that's where I gotta go because these other apps ain't for. I'm gonna create a club.
Okay.
I'm gonna create a club, and you rich, so you should go ahead. But this your house. This ain't mine. I'm not the type to lie to people who watch me. I ain't gonna act like this is my studio setup. This your living room. So with that being said,
All right.
I feel like we should make a night at a club.
Okay.
Where it's an R&B night.
R&B
All right?
night. Okay.
And
I like it.
you can put your slow bachata and all
Okay,
that type of
okay.
stuff into.
I like it. I like it.
You know.
Bye.
So and we're gonna call it green light.
Green light.
Green light. So
Wait, why green light?
I'm getting it.
Okay.
So when you get like go to the front door, you're gonna have a wristband. If it's red light, if it's red, you take it. If it's green, you looking, you ready. All right, you ready to go. Okay, and it's gonna be two sides. And one side, you're gonna have your city girl music playing, where it's like, you know, we hype, twerking
Yeah.
and all that type of stuff, because that's the people who looking. You know that, and allegedly, supposedly, girls now don't get loose unless twerking music is on.
Twerking music,
So
okay.
they over there, that when you get that that red bracelet, because the guy offers the girl a red bracelet. There you go to the slow side where the R&B music is playing. You get to talking and yada yada. You ready?
I like it, but
What's up?
So I like the idea, but I feel
What's up?
so. This is the only, and like anybody watching this, they could give their input in the comments. But I feel like I love it because I saw this thing one time on Instagram. They were thinking about coming out with a ring that, depending on like, I think it was like the color of the ring or something, you could tell like when you're out and about who's single, who's not, right? But I feel like a lot of times girls, if they're approached by a guy that they don't like, what's the first thing they say? Oh, I have a boyfriend. That's like their escape. Because guys can be persistent, because if they know that you don't have a boyfriend, they'll be like, no, but like, you know, as a guy, you want to be a little bit more persistent because you're not going to take the first no unless you're like, my beta, and you're like, okay, well, I guess she doesn't like me. You know what I mean? So I feel like girls might not be as into it as much because they might come. You might be a guy, she doesn't find you attractive, and he knows that you're single, so she can't pull the, oh, I have a boyfriend. It's just like, oh, well, you can't say you have a boyfriend because you got the red and you twerking.
See,
So
I already thought of that.
okay,
I already thought yellow wristband.
yellow wrist. Oh,
Yellow wristband.
okay.
That'd be slow down.
slow down.
I already thought of that. Come on now.
Okay.
I've been thinking about this for a while.
Yeah, I could tell.
I've been thinking about this for a while, man. Because
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. I only got one more winter in me. After that,
That's it.
I'm hoeing. I'm gonna give up after that.
So right now you're not fully for the streets. You're on the curb right now. You just haven't made it to the streets.
This is what happens to any guy that after they go through a breakup. The first 3 months, they like, I'm giving it to anybody, like, you know, of their respective taste. Those 3 months passed, they like, man, that girl done changed me. I'm emasculated now. I'm castrated. I'm a husband now. And when that sort of sinks down within you, you're like, you can't do one night stands no more. You can't like just go sleep with a girl and then after that, like, there's no follow up. Like,
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
you're rewired because you've been accustomed to sleeping next to someone. You've been accustomed to being able to talk to someone when you're having a rough day or whatever. So like now you can't go from all that comfort to
yeah. I get it. Yeah, I see that. No, and I feel like it's exactly about 3 months too.
That's why you backtracked.
Yeah.
You probably tried.
Well, no, because
You tried to be
Well, I
a
think-
Diego out here in these streets.
Yeah, and I think it lasted like 3 months, and I got into something a little bit more serious. Then broke up. Then a little 3 more months. Yeah.
Tell you, man, it's rough.
What about you? What kind of girls you into?
Honestly, brother, since it's coming around winter time, it's getting open. It's getting open. I'm right now. I take what I can get right now.
You take what you can get.
No, but typically, I say I like my red bones.
Red bones.
Yeah.
Red bones.
You never heard that term before? Red bones is like a girl who got a white dad or white mom. Like, so like it's 50-50.
Okay, let me ask you something, because we've been filming skits, and you've been saying like a lot of words that I don't know, but it's like English words, but like red bone and some other stuff. Like, where is this coming from? Are these like analogies, or like? I don't. Is that like a bad question? A good, like, I don't know how, like, because I'm just like, how have I never heard some of the like phrases that you like, you know?
It's terms from the hood. I don't know.
Is that what it is? Like, just like hood terms or something?
Yeah, like rap music. I don't know where they come. They sort of just come up.
Como de caserío, like de la calle, like from the street.
Like y'all have y'all terms.
'Cause, like, for us
like miras, right? I heard that term before.
Mira.
Yeah,
That's like look.
Like no, like people, like describing a person. Like
Oh, yeah. I guess because I'm Puerto Rican, so we have like a lot of slang, and most other Latin American nationalities, they'll make fun of it because we have like the word Spanish, because we mix it a lot with English. So like for us Puerto Ricans, mattress is matres, which is the same way, but just matres. Just said
That's
it
a
like
last name.
with a little accent, you know. So, but we're the ones that make up words. So I guess that's what it is, like just more slang.
like I'm New York, we call y'all gualagualas.
Gualagualas.
Yeah, I can't really.
Wait, you're from New York?
Yeah,
What part?
Bronx.
Bronx? For real?
Yeah.
Oh shoot. Okay. That's like I went to the Bronx for the first time last year. I was a little bit scared.
I get that.
That place is.
I'll never go back.
You never go back?
I'll never go back.
Lots of Puerto Ricans.
Yeah, that's y'all
And-
place.
Yeah, like lots of Puerto Ricans and Dominicans. Like it's funny because I went there for the Puerto Rican festival that they do, and I stayed in the Bronx, and there was a whole bunch of people with like Puerto Rican flags and everything. And I'm Puerto Rican, but I was a little bit like, a little bit scared,
Yeah.
you know. And some of them recognized me. They're like, "Yo, Babykel, that's Babykel," and I was like, "Oh God, come here," you know. And then
Hey.
they're like, "Oh, can you come here? We want a picture." It was like, "No, come here," and they grab me like, "Yeah, it's
They're
a funny
very
guy."
aggressive. They're very aggressive.
Very aggressive. But I love them, sweet people. Like they
I
were
know.
some of the, you know, they were some of the kindest people to me. Maybe it's because I'm not from there, and I was like, "Oh, this is."
Well, it's because I look abrasive already.
Do you though?
To them, I look abrasive. So I
Like
just,
if I didn't know you and I'm walking down an alley, and it's like 3 a.m. in the morning, would I be terrified?
well, no, I wouldn't be dressing like this. I'd probably have a black tee on, some black joggers, some slides. So like, and this don't really help.
Yeah, the blonde tips.
This
I
don't
don't
really
think I'll be too scared with. I'll be like,
Nah.
I'll look at everything else. I'll be like, oh shoot, yeah, this guy, and then I see the blonde tips. Nah.
Nah, trust me. I walked through a couple streets in New York. There's gonna be some pop smokes out there, and you can hear it because you heard Pop Smoke before, right?
Yeah, of
Like
course.
his
I
voice?
I love that voice.
That's
yeah.
like,
I love Pop.
nah, it's the way you said it. I had to.
What do you mean? Like I love his voice. I love his voice.
All right.
Mood swings, shorty a little baddie. Shorty my little boo thing, and shorty got the fatty. No.
Okay.
I just feel like it's so unique.
There's a lot of people in New York that sound just like that. Girls too.
Really?
Girls too.
Oh, so that's not like he's
It's
not like
not unique to him.
Oh wow! I thought I
Like-
was like, no, his voice is like it's different.
You'll go over there and you're like, yo nigga was good. Like, Yeah, my man's, come over here, let me talk to you. And you sort of like either just, I just call the police. I don't,
You just
they could be asking me for milk. I don't really got time for that. I call the police on you. But Mr. Babykel,
yes.
what's your goals?
My goals. You know, I used to be the type of person, man, that I used to be wired like, oh, I got my 5-year goals, my 10-year goals, my 3-year goals. I got my goal for the end of the week. I got my goal for the day. But I went through a situation last year, and I mentioned to you where I broke my clavicle. And what happened was I was doing social media comedy videos, and I'm like reaching what I felt was like the highest point in my career. For the longest time, I wanted to work with Goya, the Latin food company. And I was reaching out to them. I was doing crazy videos with all their products just to try to get their attention, man. And one day they called me in March. They're like, hey, we want to do a brand deal with you. And then Telemundo, right, the Spanish network, they hit me up. They're like, hey, we want to fly you out to Mexico to be a part of this show. And this show is pretty well known. And I'm like, oh my God, this is crazy. Like, you got to get your passport. We're going to be shooting for about a month. And I tell my mom, excited. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like praying to God. I'm telling God, like, Papa Dios, like, this is everything that like you just threw everything all at once. Like, I've been in some situations in my life where like all I've ever wanted was to be successful, dude. And when this moment came, I felt like it was all just coming all together at the same time. And then at the same time, I was training for a triathlon, which was one of my dreams to also complete. They told me, you got to get your passport. 3 days later, I go to the post office, register to get my passport. That same day, one of my friends was like, hey, you want to go play ball? And I was like, yeah, I'll play ball, I'll play ball. 4 o'clock comes, I post my social media video, boom. I go back to play my like third game, and I try to run to steal the ball from this guy. He lowers his shoulder, and when I went to steal the ball, his shoulder just pierced my clavicle. It shattered, and I just felt my arm just go down. I felt like a gunshot to my ear, and I just felt my whole arm just like down. That moment, bro, all I thought was like, everything is over. Like, everything is over. They rushed me, took me to the hospital. I spent the next 2 weeks in like a gamer chair, just like this, because you don't realize, but this area, and it shattered in like 3 or 4 pieces. So like this area is connected to everything. So you move here, you move there, like you're feeling all this, and it was burning. Like, so I stayed in a chair for 2 weeks like this. My mom had to fly from Puerto Rico. She had to grab me, bathe me, wipe
She
my.
wasn't here at this.
No. She had to wipe my ass. This shit lasted for
Glorious.
like 1 month, and all I'm able to do is just stay in a chair. I didn't even go on social media because I didn't like. My mom was like, she said, you gotta try and make a video. I was like, I can't. Like, I'm just in a chair.
Professor X.
Yeah, Professor X. And I'm just like, dude, my social media career's over. Everything that I work for, my followers are gonna be gone. But then throughout that time, I would just stay in the porch, just look at the trees, started reading the Bible, and I realized that my whole life I was always in a rush to try and be successful, try and get somewhere. And in that moment, I couldn't do anything, so I was forced to be present, to really understand what it was like to sit in the shower and just feel the water, not thinking about what I have to do after I finish taking a shower. And so ever since that moment, of course, you go through all these different things, and I told my mom, you know what, don't worry, because I'm Babykel. Like, I got this. First week coming back from finally able to film videos, I recorded my 3 most viral videos in 1 week. My account exploded that
Let's talk
same week.
about it. Come on now.
I
You
mean,
gonna man, you about to.
so just as
Go
quickly
ahead.
just as quickly everything collapsed, dude. I was able to come right back as if nothing happened, build a whole bunch of more followers, but now I was able to appreciate the process. And then a content creator friend of mine was like, Kel, I'm so worried, like I'm not getting numbers, I'm not getting the views. And I was like, at that moment I was like, I'm just happy that I can just do this for another day, man. Because there was a moment in time I was like, I don't feel like filming today. But it was like, dude, when you get taken away the one thing that you enjoy doing so much, you realize like there's never a day that I wake up that I'm like, oh, I gotta film another video. It's like, nah, man, I get to film a video because I know that there was a moment where like that's all I wanted. Like all I want, dude, there was a moment where all I wanted sitting in that chair was to lay down. I remember the first night that I was able to like just lay down on the bed, I started crying, bro. I just wanted to lay down to fall asleep. And then, yeah, and so I feel like ever since that moment, I said, you know what? I have a goal, you know, but life has taken me in so many different directions that if, you know, God changes my life to something else, I'm open to it. Right now, the next thing that I want to do is I want to transition to stand-up. I told you, growing up, that's all I watched. I didn't really watch a lot of movies, but I watched a lot of stand-up comedy, and I was like, you know what, that's the one thing that scares me a little bit but gets me excited, and I'm just like, you know, I've been writing, and that's my next thing. You know, I feel like now I've gone to the point where I know how to make a video go viral. I've done it multiple times. Sometimes I've done it intentionally. In the beginning, it was like random, but now I've kind of figured out the formula that works for me. And so now it's like I want another challenge. I got this. The only thing I can do in social media is just continue to grow. But numbers don't excite me anymore because it's like, okay, right now we got 200,000, but then it's 300. Like numbers are infinite. Like at what point are you ever going to be satisfied with a number? Because the number you can always do another goal target for a number, but stand up is like, man, this is challenging. Like, can I challenge myself as another comedian? So right now, that's my goal, to get up on a stage, to work some material, and then from there, maybe, you know, I set another goal to do a Netflix special. And I can't lie to you and tell you that I haven't been, you know, dreaming every night of I even have my name for my stand-up special on Netflix. Like I envision that, but for right now, that's what I want. And if that doesn't happen because God takes me a whole different career path, then it is what it is. But I don't have, like, I can't be here and lie to you and tell you, no, you know, Errol, I want to do this. This is what, like, no, like, I have a general idea of what I want to do. I know what I got to work towards, and that's kind of where my energy's put, man. That's
beautiful, man.
Yeah, this just turned into
That's beautiful.
just put some like.
So, good question. Like when you was like, you know, not being able to lay down and stuff like that, and your cervical, could you?
I knew you were gonna ask that question, bro.
Could you? You couldn't.
No, dog, no. I couldn't, bro.
Oh, that's the saddest
Because think
information
about it.
yet.
Think about it. Like it's your clav, and if I go like this arm is
I don't
also.
even like using the left arm.
Yeah, no, because the left arm feels like a foreign arm. It
Yeah,
feels like,
like,
whose hand is this? This ain't my hand. Like,
Someone invited a stranger in the house.
yeah, like why is this guy touching me? You know what I mean?
Damn.
Yeah, no,
brother.
I couldn't do that for months, man.
That would be the first thing I do.
Okay, so I'm gonna shoot it straight. I'm gonna shoot it straight. Okay, I'm gonna shoot it straight. The day, so I got surgery on this. They put like a metal titanium plate here with like a whole bunch of screws. I was terrified of surgery. I never had like a major surgery like that, and I know they're gonna put me to sleep, and I don't know if I'm gonna wake up.
Yeah, same.
So I said, you know what? The night before, I said, if I go and I don't ever wake up, I'm not going full, like, you know, ball sack full. No, I'm going light. I'm going to heaven light. You know what I mean?
So that last one out.
I don't know how I did it, but like that night before, bro, I figured it out. Just through the pain, like you know, and you know, I was taking some Percocets for the pain.
Perkies.
So that numbed it out. But yeah, I found a way, and yeah, dude, I was relaxed. But that was the only time. And then afterwards, the pain was worse after the surgery because not only do I feel the bone hurting, but I also feel the burn from the scar. Then it was a while, but I did that one right before. Okay. Absolutely, I wasn't gonna go empty.
Dave.
No, I went
That's
empty.
daily for me.
Daily?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I understand.
You gotta have some home games to appreciate an away game.
100%.
Yeah, dead ass.
Like, where do you practice your home runs? You're not gonna practice your hits, and you get good at practice.
That's right.
That's what the whole point of practice.
Let's talk about it. But anywho, so wrapping this up, give like your top tips to someone who is following the footsteps of Babykel.
I mean, I think everybody's footsteps is different, you know. But like, if you like, I guess you're saying like if they want to do like comedy or content creation, I think the biggest thing is like always experiment. I told this to one of my good friends, and he was making videos, and he was frustrated because he wasn't getting views. He wasn't, and I told him sometimes you're just 1 degree off. And I don't know if you know this, but a plane, could have its trajectory to its destination, but if it's 1 degree off, it'll land a whole different spot. So sometimes it's not that things aren't working. Maybe you're just 1 degree off. So that's what experiment. Try different things, because that next thing that you try might be the one thing that actually clicks. So I would say I've been judged, family, friends, my whole life because, oh, you've done too many jobs, you've done this. But anytime I feel in my heart to do something, I'll stop doing this. I'll go something that's people are like, oh, you don't have this stability. You don't have stability. You don't have stability. But hey, you know what? If it wasn't for that, I wouldn't be here doing what I love.
I've had 67 jobs.
67? Oh, damn, you beat me. I thought I had a lot of jobs.
I was great at orientation, but after orientation, I'd be like, man, I want to do something that this isn't satisfying to me.
So and I think that's how we figure out, what are the things that we enjoy doing and the things that click. So I would just tell anybody watching this to, just jack off, I guess, just practice. Practice makes perfect. And yeah, touch yourself, love yourself, experiment. That's it. That's poetry.
Hey, that was deep, bro. Yo,
Can we take a moment for that? So that's a wrap? Are we wrapping it? Wait.
Thank y'all for watching this episode.
Amen.
Straight,
Amen. Straight from the arrow.
shooting straight with arrow.
Shooting straight with the arrow.
The dog passed gas again. You need to check the dog.
Yeah, wait.
Shooting straight with arrow. Bam!